Welcome to the Brent Weinbach podcast. Did I say, what did I say? I said Weinbach. I don't feel like I enunciated the "k" just now. The Brent Weinbach podcast.
The Weinbach.
The Weinbach podcast. And my name is Brent Weinbach. And I'm here with Jack Birch.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
I'm doing one ear on the headphones right now.
Oh,
Do you
that's
like
kind
that?
of DJ style.
Yeah, a little bit DJ style.
You kind of look like
So,
DJ Damien right now.
oh yeah, that guy. He's
Yeah.
cool.
A bit of a DJ Damien type. Why are you doing one and one?
Something weird is going on with this ear. You know when it sounds like there's wind going through your headphones?
Oh, is that right?
It's like it's kind of stopped now. It was doing it earlier.
I don't know that feeling, but I mean, yeah, man. I guess that's the sound of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
You know
You
about
just
that.
imagine the wind through your hair, but it's through your ears instead.
You know that trick where you get a seashell or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or a conch
Mm-hmm.
or something, and
Yeah.
you put it to your ear. You can hear the sea.
Yeah.
They say you can hear the sea. And also, if you put a man's penis next to your ear, you can
Mm-hmm.
hear his. I don't know. You can hear some key eyes from a karate class. You know.
Mm.
You can hear people doing martial arts. You put somebody's, you know, yeah, you hear like a ki, yeah. I knew, I I took martial arts when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and I had friends that did it, and I had this one friend. He took Taekwondo, and he took Taekwondo where Thomas Ian Griffith used to train. Do you know who that is?
I don't know who that is. Sorry.
He played Terry
I'm sorry.
Silver. He played Terry Silver in the Karate Kid 3.
Okay.
And then he also came back and did that TV show Cobra Kai also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he trained there, and then also Philip Ree trained there as well. Do you know who that is?
Tell me who that is.
He's in Best of the Best, I think, is the movie series that he's in. Best of the Best, with Eric Roberts, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Best of the Best 2, he really kind of stars in it. But anyway, Philip Ree is in it. I saw him too. I saw both of them because I would go with my friend to this place.
So them
And
training.
yeah, I saw them training and stuff. I saw Thomas Ian Griffith doing stretches. But anyway, whatever on that. In Best of the Best 2, there's this really funny line, and I wish I could find it on the internet somewhere. But they go to in the movie, they go to train with this guy, and I think he's kind of maybe a drunk or something like that, but he's a good trainer apparently, or something like that. And the guy tells him, all right, kick me in the face, give it all you got, or something like that. And so they kick him in the face, and the guy, he gets hit pretty hard, and he goes, pretty good. I don't know, I really want to see it. I wish I could see that.
This is like an 80s kung fu movie.
I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's not kung fu, but
Well,
it is a martial arts movie. Yeah,
American martial arts, whatever.
yeah. I mean, part 2 might have come out in the early '90s. Also, I'm not sure. But the yeah. Anyway, at this martial arts place, this Taekwondo place, he was telling me about these guys who do these kiais, and because I had some guys at my place that did some kiais, and I took Teng Sudo.
Mm-hmm.
But he said there was a guy at his place, this big guy, he used to ki like this. Ice, 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 ice. And I don't know, that was amusing. And then he said there was this other guy who sounded like he had hiccups. He sounded like this. Hiccup, 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 hiccup. Yeah.
They would sound pretty interesting in a fight together, I guess.
Yeah. Hiccup, hiccup. Ice.
Nice.
Hiccup. Ice. Hiccup. Ice. It's just two opposites, basically. Anyway, I continue to use ace throughout my life, Ice. A is for ice. You know the Russian alphabet? Are you familiar at all?
It's A, B, C, backwards R. That's all I know.
No, the Russian, my Russian alphabet.
Oh, you're Russian. I don't know your Russian alphabet.
Okay, A is for ace. That's how it goes.
Okay.
And then in my martial
B is
arts,
for backwards R.
B is for bubbles. Okay,
Hmm.
but B is for bubbles. There's a whole story behind every letter of my Russian alphabet that my
Hmm.
sister wrote with me, by the way. But um, so at my Tang Sudo, there was a guy who ki'd like this: Esa, 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 Esa. You know, and then there was another guy who went like this: Hellsberg. Actually, I can't tell if no. Hellsberg was the name of there was a name that was the name of one of the kids who went to.
So, are you meant to find your own key? Are you assigned a sound?
You're meant to. Okay, it's technically called a ki. So
Hmm.
I like to do things kind of as precisely as
By
possible.
the
So when I
book.
ki'd, I would say ki, ki.
Yeah.
I would go ki, and it would morph sometimes to sort of just a ki, ki,
Yeah.
ki. To that. But I was mainly trying to um, adhere to the ki sound, a pure ki sound, but just going ki. But yeah, you're
Hmm.
supposed to sort of do your own sound, just a huh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
Yeah.
wanted to go more
By
actual
the
about
book. Yeah.
it. Yeah, ki, ki, ki. Tito bra. Tito bra. I don't know what it really means, but it was when you have to turn around.
Okay.
It probably means turn around in Korean.
Hmm.
You ever take martial arts?
I did. I did something when I was a kid. Judo or jujitsu or something. Something with a J.
Well, there is judo, and then there's Juno, which is the movie with
Michael
had,
Cera. Yeah, yeah.
Michael Cera and
Maybe that's what I did.
what was her name before she was a man?
Elliot Page.
Elliot Ellen Page was her name
Ellen
back then.
Page.
Yeah, back then. As far as Ellen Page, who would later become Elliot Page.
Hmm.
Yeah. There was Juno, and then there was Juno, your caseworker from Beetlejuice.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, there's judo, and then there's there is jujitsu,
Yeah.
and then there's
Or
also
Taekwondo. Did I do that? I don't know. I did something for a while.
there's taekwondo as well.
I went up a couple belts.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
what
stick
color
to
did
it.
you get to?
I can't remember the color scheme. I don't remember it.
Do you know
But
what
it was a
belt I got?
couple.
You know what belt I got to?
All the way to black, baby.
Once you go black, you never go back. I got black.
Yeah.
They say
Unless they
people.
strip your title away from you.
Well, honestly, I kind of strip it away from myself in a way,
Hmm.
because I mean I haven't done martial arts in over 30 years. I mean over 30 years, and so do I really deserve the title of a black belt still? I don't know about that. Could I defend myself well now or even then? Maybe, probably not. I mean, it was more of a mental thing. Do I still have the mental discipline it takes to be a black belt? Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yes, I do.
there we go.
It takes discipline, mental discipline, and that I still have, definitely. Um, but do I have? But I know I don't think I have the. Do I have the stamina? I don't know about that. Do I have the power to fight to get a silver medal in a tournament, which I did get?
Very good.
Yeah, I beat
Very
Simon
proud of you.
Helberg. You know Simon Helberg?
You beat Simon Halberg.
You know who that is?
Damn, no, I didn't know who
Well,
that is.
he's in that Big Bang Theory show.
Oh, really?
He's in the Big Bang Theory, and he's also in the movie A Serious Man, and he's in
You
that
big
movie
banged him
Annette.
up.
What?
You banged him so hard that he got the idea for that show.
Right, right. I gave him the theory to be started. No, I mean that was just the theory, but I gave him the real thing. I
Yeah,
showed
yeah.
him the proof. Actually, I made it. I proved it. I gave him the proof. He came up with the theory.
Yeah.
something like that. And yeah, but he was, you know, I, yeah. Anyway, yeah, he probably doesn't remember me. Is the truth of the matter, you know. In fact, what's kind of interesting is I auditioned for this pilot, this TV show called Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip
Hmm.
in 2005, and I got really close to getting the role. I tested in front of the network and the producers and everything. I read with Aaron Sorkin, who wrote it, and the
Hmm.
director was there, who Tommy Schlamme. And anyway, I lost out to the role to Simon Helberg.
Oh,
So I might have beat him in the martial arts competition, but he ended up beating me in the acting competition.
damn. I wonder
So
if he done that on purpose. He had a
yeah, man,
grudge.
payback. I mean, he didn't know I was auditioning for it probably, but I'm gonna get closer to you, so I'm closer with you.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, my cam's kind of close, huh?
well, no, you're fine. I mean, you're nice and I can see every nuance of your crevices, you know.
That's
But
good.
I'm over here kind of looking all distant and stuff, you know, like a distant dad or something like that. Do you have a close relationship with your parents?
Yes?
You do.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
What?
no distant dad too.
What?
No distant dads here.
Yeah, he's a close dad.
They, yeah, they weren't together, but
You didn't
like
grow
my
up with them
parent,
together.
no, I didn't grow up with them together. No,
Uh huh. Yeah, I'm sorry. How many siblings do you have again?
one.
Older or younger?
Yeah, one older sister.
Older sister. Yeah.
Yeah, we
How many
spoke
years
about this.
older?
I think like 5 or 6 years older.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She with your parents when they were together?
Um,
I mean, did she have memory of them being together, kind of a thing?
yeah, for sure. And yeah, we do have different dads though.
Oh, you have different dads. Okay, no. So
Yeah,
then I
so
guess
half
okay.
sister.
I see. I see. So let me ask you this: Has your
Hmm.
parents ever visited you in the United States?
Not yet, no.
Uh huh.
Been planning to, but it hasn't happened yet.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Did they? What do they do? What do your parents do?
My mum is she does ultrasound. I don't know what the word is for it. Sonographer.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
got it.
she went to college to do radiology, like X-rays and stuff, and then moved into sonography.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's allowed her to like travel the world doing that.
Really? She's traveled the world.
Yes, loads of different places. Just I guess a lot of countries have like a shortage of people that do that.
Oh, so she goes to third world countries and stuff?
Not even third world countries.
Really?
Yeah, like
There's
all
a
over the
shortage of
place.
sonographers?
Yeah.
I can't fathom that that's the case.
Yeah, isn't that's pretty
It just
wild.
seems like probably, I mean, no offense, but it seems like it doesn't involve that much, right? You just put some jelly on a stomach and just,
Yeah,
you kind
pretty
of
much.
I don't know, rub a hot stone on it or whatever, and then just turn on the TV. It's there.
Hmm. There you go.
Sonography. So how does sonography work? It'd probably be something to ask your mom, but is it done with, I mean, how do they pick stuff up? You know?
Well, like the image,
Yeah.
it's with sound.
With sound. So they
So
use
like
sound.
how a bat or like a dolphin, you know, so like
Sonar, yeah. So I don't
you
understand.
shoot
How
a
does
sound
sound
in there.
work?
You shoot a sound in there and then it bounces back and what
Ah,
it reflects off, it
that's
can like make
interesting.
an image.
That's a what a brilliant idea. So it's
Yeah.
you're using this bouncing of sound waves, so it's able to detect how far the sound wave goes
Hmm.
or hits a wall basically or bounces back. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. What a brilliant idea.
Dude, people
It seems so complex in a way or seems so hard to pull off that
hmm.
it seems like it wouldn't be possible to make that. But they've
I
had a
know.
sonogram for how long now?
Yeah, a long time.
How many?
I don't know how long exactly,
Well, you should know the
but
son of a sonogram,
but a long time, yeah.
sonogrammist,
I
sonographer.
mean, dude, I saw they can do that with people's like Wi-Fi now.
Really?
Like p people can like connect to a Wi-Fi and then from where the like signal's bouncing off, they can create an image.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow, man, technology's nuts, huh?
Yeah,
I was
a little bit
over in
scary.
a busier area earlier today, in kind of
Hmm.
Los Angeles proper. I'm seeing, or, a Hollywood kind of area.
Hmm.
And I just was noticing there's so many more of these self-driving cars there now.
Yeah.
And it's just nuts, man. I'm just seeing them all over the place. And I'm seeing the little self-driving carts too, the
Yeah, I've seen
delivery the
those,
delivery
the
carts.
delivery carts.
And I'm just thinking, wow, this
The
is
cars are
really
kind
kind of
of
this is
crazy.
sort of futuristic. It's almost like they took a couple things from the Jetsons and put them in just a regular world.
I saw someone did a test. They they had like a wall and then they painted the road on the wall like they do in Wile E. Coyote to
Yeah.
see if the car would be able to detect it, and it didn't. It just crashed like straight
Did
into the
it?
wall. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So they're not that smart still.
They're not that smart yet.
I mean, they're not. They should be using sonogram technology because,
Yeah.
they could bounce the sound wave off of that wall and make sure
Yeah,
there's
that's
nothing
true.
there. Wow, that's funny. Is that a video on the internet?
Yeah, it's a video on the internet. It's pretty
I'm
funny.
gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable I'd feel in a self-driving car
I
though.
only been in it once. My friend paid
Oh, you've
for it.
done it.
Well, I did it once in San Francisco. Because my friend said, "Oh, you want to try these out?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, let's see." And I rode in it. I mean, we talked about this on the Poundcast actually.
Hmm.
Just it's just weird that you're so private in there because it feels like you can do a lot more risque stuff in there than you know. I
Yeah.
mean, we talked about this, but it's almost like it seems like it might be dirtier in there than normal because people are going to do whatever in there.
Right.
They're going to leave stains in there that
Yeah.
you don't want. But
Yeah.
I guess there's apparently maybe a camera in there and people are watching them. And in fact, there might
You
even
need
be
a
people
voice in there that's like, don't do that. Don't do
there.
that.
Well, there, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there might be outsourced. You know, there are people in India or whatever that are watching maybe 20 cars at once or something like that. They're watching.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. What
I
an
sort of
interesting
think
job, actually.
those delivery robots as well. Apparently, I don't know if it's true. They might be like remotely controlled.
That's what I've heard. I'd heard that too recently.
I saw a video of someone just with like a game controller watching it on a camera and
I think there might be someone in India that's controlling 20 of those at once too, or something like that.
yeah.
So it's almost like it's almost like they get to play a game, or in
Hmm.
the case of the self-driving cars, you really get a nice voyeuristic experience there. It's kind of
Hmm.
like Sliver. You know that movie Sliver?
Yeah. It's like a creep's perfect job.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, wait, is it somebody who likes to watch stuff? Kind of be a voyeur. Are they a creep?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, hold
If
on a
no one
second.
knows you're watching.
Let me ask you this:
Hmm.
if I like to look at people, if I like to watch, in people's windows, does that make me a creep? Am I a creep? Because I
Are
do.
you are you on the outside looking in or the inside looking out?
Outside looking in. Well, okay. For example, if I'm in somewhere where I
Hmm.
can see out a window and I can see into other people's windows, I like to sort of see what's going on. I'm not for any. I'm not trying to see naked ladies or anything, or naked
Yeah.
men even, or whatever, children. I just thought it's interesting to me seeing windows into people's lives, and just seeing, just what they're doing. Just it's almost like a story that you're getting to sort of be told a story by whatever's happening in a window, and I just find that interesting. Does that make me a creep?
Have you ever seen a naked person in a window?
No, well, the only thing I saw that was so funny, it was almost like a cartoon. I was in New York, I was with people, and I looked at this. I mean, this woman must have been doing this on purpose or something, but there was this curtain or something on someone's window, but you could
Mhm.
see a perfect silhouette of a woman showering. And you saw her body and everything. It looked like a cartoon. It was so funny. I pointed it out and I said, look at this, look at that woman in the window. And it was really funny. I mean, you couldn't actually see it. It was just the silhouette, but I thought that was hilarious. That was in New York.
I've seen two things. I've seen a guy naked working out at the window, which I think was on purpose.
Wait, oh, he was naked working out. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
lifting weights,
Yeah.
completely naked. And then another time when I was in Amsterdam, I went past the place. It wasn't. like one of those window places where you're meant to look in, but the curtains were down, and then I could just see the bottom half of a woman.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
Come to think of it,
it felt creepy.
wait, where was that?
That was in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Yeah, when I was in England, in Norwich, I was in downtown Norwich, okay?
Hmm.
And I
I'm picturing
remember,
it.
what?
I'm picturing it.
Yeah. Well, you've never been, right?
I've been to Norwich. I've been
Oh, you have.
downtown Norwich. Yeah.
Okay. So I remember we went to this one place. I went out with some of the guys, and I didn't really like going out or whatever with these guys. I mean, it wasn't really my thing, but I just was trying to experience English culture, and it went out, and there was this place that had two levels to it, and on this higher level, there was a woman. I mean, when I say a woman, and she was probably pretty young. I mean, she was probably 20 or something, but she was standing near the window of this place, and you could totally see up her skirt, and she was not wearing underwear.
Oh my God.
And so, one of the guys pointed that out, and I said, "Oh, okay, English culture." Yeah.
There it is.
And then there was another thing I did. What was it? Well, I had this telescope once actually, and I was trying to spy into people's windows from that.
Hmm.
Um, I wasn't trying to see any butts or anything, but I just wanted to see people's lives.
Rear window style.
Yeah, and I saw these three girls that were having a picnic on this hillside, and then there was this abandoned house up above it. And I thought, who are these girls? Who is this? What picnic are they having here? This is not an area where people have picnics, okay?
Hmm.
Anyway, they were out there on this hill, and then later that night, I saw that there were some lights on in the abandoned house, and I wondered what was going on there.
Mm.
I saw candles on and stuff. I couldn't really see much though, and then the lights turned off, and I thought, what's going on there? And then my friend Demetrius was over, and I said, "Hey, there's this abandoned house over there, and I saw these girls kind of near there, and then I saw some lights on there later, and I thought, what's going on over there? We should check out this abandoned house." And he said, "Okay, let's do it." So we went over to this house, and we kind of snuck into the house. We trespassed on it. I mean, it's an abandoned house, like I said. So I don't know who owns the property or what, but we went in there,
A bit of
and
urbexing.
what is it called?
Urbexing. Urban exploration.
Oh yeah,
It's what
urbexing.
it called when you go to
Is that
abandoned
true? Is that a new
places.
term?
Hmm.
Yeah. So then we went in there, and I'm trying to think of what to tell you first. I saw footprints on
Hmm.
this kitchen floor or something. Um, we went downstairs into this one room, and we saw a lot of trash in there.
Hmm.
There was somebody living there. It seemed apparent.
Right.
We saw, food wrappers and things, and it stunk really bad. And we saw a a dildo that had these kind of snap buttons on them that I think they're meant to be attached to a strap-on dildo, a strap-on
Uh-huh.
harness, I guess, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So we saw this strap-on. Well, it wasn't the strap-on part of the dildo, but it was a dildo for a strap-on. We also saw a fake pair of breasts. It was this. They were these kind of fake breasts or whatever. I don't know. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Fake breasts. And then we saw. And then there was a. I think there was a. Oh, then there was this closet that had a sleeping bag in it. I think somebody was in the closet kind of with a sleeping bag. So somebody was homeless that was living there basically.
Hmm.
And they were and we saw other weird stuff. We saw some erotic literature.
Hmm.
These books that were it was just text only, these text only books that
Okay.
were erotic. They were erotic novels, I guess, or something. Then we saw some magazine ripped up magazine pictures of women, naked women and stuff. And anyway, it felt like a Hardy Boys adventure or something like that. But once we saw those fake breasts, it was more like a Hard On Boys.
Yeah, hard on boys. Yeah. That'd be
And
good.
but that'd be what?
That'd be good. Like they go into like detective work, but it's always like dildos and strap-ons and fake
Yeah,
breasts.
yeah, yeah. The Hard On Boys, the Hard On Men, Hard On Men. Uh, and then we went. Yeah, and then when I think about it now, I think, oh, wait a second. Whoever was there could have actually was maybe there while we were there and they were hiding,
Yeah.
which is kind of creepy, to think that, well, it's not creepy. It depends on what the intentions were. But I mean, it is kind of creepy, the idea that we were looking around this abandoned house and there might have been somebody in the house that was sort of hiding in the closet or something like that. That's a little scary to think about. Anyway, some I don't know, a couple months passed or whatever, right? And I had heard from some people in the neighborhood that there was this um they saw this man he was a cross dresser. They saw him around in the neighborhood and they said that they said they saw this cross dressing man or whatever. And there was this talk of that maybe he was squatting in this place, in this abandoned house. Anyway, one day I was in the car and I was driving down the street in the neighborhood, and it was here. It was in Los Angeles, here on Hollywood Boulevard. Anyway, I saw this man wearing a sundress, and he was holding these grocery bags, and he was wearing a mop on his head as a wig. It was a mop without the stick. And so, yeah, I saw that guy, and I said, "Oh, that must be the guy."
Yeah, there we go. The hard-on boys figured it out.
And I don't know if he was just a cross dresser or if he identified as a woman or what.
Hmm.
But it was just interesting, man, that I just was able to put a face to the guy.
The mop on the head is pretty wild. I
Well,
like that you said
that added
stick
an
off as
element.
well because
What?
I like that you said stick off as well because I wasn't imagining this stick on.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time. Oh,
Stick off as well.
sorry, you're breaking up on me right now. Hold on a second.
Um,
Um,
am I,
okay, you just a new frame. Okay, now you're back. Okay, go ahead.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay. I just said it was funny that you said stick off with the mop on the head because I wasn't imagining it with the stick on, but it's a funny visual.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just the strands of the bop.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a funny visual, you mean with the stick on?
Go-
You're kind of I'm losing you here. You're broken up on me.
um,
Well, I imagine maybe that's okay. Yeah, you're saying the stick on is a funny visual?
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the guy was kind of strong looking too, actually. He was strong.
Hmm.
So I don't know what it is. I mean, you know, sometimes people just like to wear certain things. He was wearing the sundress, but
Yeah.
man, it sure did stink. I remember the smell. It really smelled bad in there. It
Yeah,
was
that's not
crazy
good.
though. I think eventually somebody did end up buying the house and fixing it up and stuff. But interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Another hard on boys. Case closed. Hard on men. No, we were teenagers when that happened. It's cool. I mean, adventures like that are kind of fun. I'll always remember. I
Hmm.
used to tell people the story about that, but then I kind of started making stuff up. I told them afterwards that I made that part up, but I said I went to I saw a light on there, but it turned into a fire, and I went in there, and then the girls were there from earlier. I made up this whole story because I said, well, I got to make this have a better ending. But then I told them after I told the story, I said, no, I made up that last part. It's not, that didn't really happen.
Yeah. You saw the three girls, and it turns out that they were just three guys wearing fake breasts.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the hard-on men, actually.
hmm
Um, so we got sidetracked though. I was talking about something though. What was it earlier? Um,
I do
what was I
not
talking about
know.
before this? Wait, were we talking about exploring the house, the abandoned house? Hell, let's
Peeping,
go peeping. So yeah,
peeping.
is that creep? Is that a creep of me to look at people? Because I do like to. I like to kind of look into that. You know.
No,
Oh,
the intentions are what make it creepy. It is inherently interesting when you see someone at a window.
I think it's interesting to get peeks into people's lives. You know what I used to do
hmm
also when I used to work at a hotel. On my breaks, I would go into the halls where the rooms were, and I would
hmm
try to listen in on people's whatever was happening on people's rooms. You know,
Yeah.
I did that not just when I worked at a hotel. I would just go into hotels in Hollywood, and I even took my sister one time. But we would go around the halls and try to listen in on people's happenings. You know, in the rooms. And
Yeah.
one time we heard these people doing cocaine.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, yeah. It was three people. It was two men and a woman, I think. It sounded like. And they were
You'd make
doing
a good
cocaine.
PI.
Yeah, I like sneaking around, I guess you could say, and I like
hmm
spying, and I like to I like you know, I like looking in at people's private lives, you know. But you know what else? I maybe would like doing a job of what some Indian person in you know, doing looking at people's Waymo things, you know, looking at the
Sure.
self-driving cars. Imagine that. I get to watch 20 screens of just people in these cars. That's pretty interesting. I would like to do that actually. That'd be kind of fun. I should probably sign up for that.
Yeah, probably. They probably give it to anyone.
I wonder how much it pays. It probably doesn't pay much. That's why they're outsourcing it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Um, because it's kind of like, did you ever see that show Taxi Cab Confessions on HBO?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that show.
It's kind of like that. You know, you get
Yeah.
episodes of Taxi Cab Confessions. Man, I got to see what that looks like. Man, and then in that movie Sliver, you know, you got William Baldwin, Billy Baldwin. He's checking out Sharon Stone and checking her out during her private moments. You know, pretty interesting stuff.
Pretty nice.
Pretty interesting stuff. You know, Sharon Stone doing private stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
You got
know.
Sharon Stone in the Waymo.
Was Sharon Stone a big iconic person in your life?
N Not in my life, no.
Yeah. I mean, Sharon Stone, I mean, you know, you've seen Basic Instinct, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
So you've seen the legendary scene, right?
Yeah, of course. With the
With
leg crossing.
yeah, with the leg crossing and Wayne Knight.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Wayne Knight's in that.
And it's parodied a lot as well.
And it's parodied a lot, but he's in the parody versions too. Wayne Knight, you know? Because I want to say they did it on, they parodied it on Seinfeld or something, and they used Wayne Knight in that, I think. Or then I don't know. I feel like there's some other movie, one of the Naked Guns, I think, did it, and Wayne Knight's in it again, I think, or something. I don't know. I feel like Wayne Knight's just,
He's got the rights to that scene.
yeah, it seems
So
like that scene is
so
more
he
about
has
Wayne
to
Knight than it is Sharon Stone, you know? Yeah, you remember that Wayne Knight scene in Basic Instinct? That's what people should say.
Yeah.
I,
There's
I
an
would,
unused take where he's the one doing it.
I'm gonna look it up. Wait, what?
There's an unused take where he's the one doing it
He's the
in
one
Basic
crossing the legs.
Instinct.
I
Yeah.
actually think there is something like that. So let's see here. Wayne Knight. Let's see. Seinfeld, Basic Instinct. Let's just see what happens here. I just want to. I just want to see how many of these kind of parodies there were, and he's in the actual movie also, though, which is kind of funny. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's not in Seinfeld, or is it in Seinfeld? But there is. Hold on. What movie is it parodied in though? You know, it's in.
Is it Naked Gun? I know they do it in The Simpsons, but
It might be
Wayne
the
Knight's not
second
in that.
Naked Gun movie or something, right? Or
hmm
Seinfeld. Anyway, I mean, it's just interesting that that Wayne Knight is in all of it. He's in the parody and the real thing. Yeah. Do you ever pay attention to the AI responses from Google these days?
Where are you getting them? Well, on Google? No, I know they're wrong. There's I've noticed many instances where it's wrong.
Yeah. So what's up with that, man? That's just really just spreading false information, you know?
Yeah, it's bad.
Um, oh, it is Seinfeld. I guess they parodied Basic Instinct in Seinfeld, and then they also parodied it. They parodied JFK also, which I guess Wayne Knight. I think maybe Wayne Knight's in JFK also. You know,
Hmm.
is he? You ever see JFK?
I've not seen JFK.
Well, JFK. You know, it's about the conspiracy theory that behind behind the JFK assassination.
Hmm.
How much do you learn about American history in England?
I mean, you don't at all. I don't think.
Do you learn
Not
about
in school.
you don't at all? Okay, they don't talk about the colonies and they don't talk
Mm.
about the Civil War, the American, but they must talk about the American Revolution, I guess, right?
I don't remember ever learning about it in
Really, that seems
school.
like a big part of British history. I think is the American
Yeah.
Revolution, right? They don't talk about the American Revolution in history
No,
class.
no, they love World War One and World War Two. I don't remember ever learning about the Civil War in school.
Okay, now I'm not talking about the Civil War, but I'm talking about the American Revolution.
Oh, okay. Isn't that the same thing?
No, the
See, I don't
American
know. I was never taught
right,
it.
right, right. No, the American Revolution is when it's the war that eventually the United States won to become independent from England.
Hmm.
Because you know it was an English
Yeah.
settlement at first, you know, and
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. I got you.
then so
Yeah.
to get gain independence, they fought England and claimed independence. So that's basically 1776 is when they declared
Yeah.
independence, and I don't know how long the war lasted, but George Washington was the first president of the United States. He was a general during the American
You
Revolution
know, we
during the
got
war.
so much more history in the UK with Vikings and Romans, and
Right.
I don't think we even go into it.
Well, okay, the Civil War was between the North and the South,
Yeah.
and that was basically about slavery.
Yeah. We did watch Roots.
Well, Roots, yeah, I mean that's yeah. You guys watch Roots?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I
So
don't even think that was history. I think that was for
they never
English.
covered it when England had to fight the United States for because
Yeah,
I mean
the revolution. Yeah, we never went into that.
well, that's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, it just seems like oh, that's a big point for
We're sour grapes about it because we lost.
yeah. I wonder. Yeah. At what point do people not become sour about it? You know what I mean? About a war. You
Yeah.
know, at what point do people not get sour about, for example, okay, World War II, let's say, right?
Hmm.
I mean, Japan is totally thought of as cool now. You know what I mean? And Japan has been, people have loved Japan even since I mean, in the 80s, even, So, when did that happen? You know what I mean? When did Japan become totally just cool? When was there no tension or whatever? When did that happen?
Maybe they just proved themselves by being so cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, look, I guess sometime. I mean, in the '80s, it was already 35 years or so. Whatever, 35, 40 years. I mean, after the war, so that's
Hmm.
a lot of time to sort of, you know, redefine yourself or whatever. And then Germany, when is that? I guess people still make jokes about it, but there's no.
Yeah, when are
Well,
Germany gonna become cool, you know?
it's totally cool with Germany these days. It's totally cool.
Uh-huh.
What's the last war that was fought? There's no. I mean,
When's
when
a
was?
rat gonna be cool, you know?
I mean, when is? Yeah, but yeah, Iraq or I mean, yeah, when is Iraq going to be cool?
Hmm.
But it's not like anybody won. Did anyone win? There's no war that was won. When's the
No,
last time
that's
there was a
true.
war that was won? It feels like
Yeah.
wars just end now without winners and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, are there any winners to any wars anymore? It doesn't seem that way, right? It feels like the last time there was ever a winner in a war was World War II, right? I mean,
Hmm.
because even Vietnam, nobody won in Vietnam, right?
No, they just kind of stopped.
They stopped, right? Yeah. Um, Persian Gulf. I mean, nobody won. Afghanistan, nobody wins. So anyway, let that be a lesson that
Yeah, no
wars
one
these
wins.
days, nobody wins. There's no winners in war these days. So give peace a chance, would you? Now, also, why don't you give the extended version of this episode a chance and go to
Hmm.
patreon.com/poundcast. Sorry. I yeah, I got confused for a second. POUNDCAST. That's where you get extended versions of the episodes, peaceful episodes, okay?
Hmm.
And you can get them a couple days early too, if you want. And yeah, they're cool. They're cool. If you want to watch this on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/Brent Weinbach podcast. Okay. Pretty good. And you can also, you know what? Whatever application you use to listen to this podcast, if you like it, rate and review it. Give it a positive rating or review, be it Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to it.
Bump those numbers.
What?
Bump those numbers.
Yeah, bump it up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's about it, right?
Anything to tease for the extended?
Uh, Maybe we could talk about winners and losers more. You know what we can do?
You said there was something, some
Yeah,
weird.
I have a little bit of a bone to pick. Not a.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I'll say this. There's a comedian
Hmm.
who my dad turned me on to actually,
Hmm.
and he's kind of an older fashioned comedian, but
Hmm.
uh, I watched it and I thought at first I just thought, okay, this is sort of a standard kind of comedian. I mean, I kept watching and I thought this is really bizarre stuff, and I actually think it's pretty good. Um,
Okay.
and then but then I was looking up the comments on YouTube that I was watching this clip, and people were talking about how they were brought there because of this one podcast. And I kind of was curious about what this podcast said about it, so I listened to the podcast episode, and I know who the people are who do the podcast. I'm just not going to say their names, but
Hmm.
one of the people in the podcast was saying how it's the worst comedy of all time or something like that. And I
Okay.
just thought I don't think that's right. I don't think they're appreciating how just crazy and ridiculous and not just absurd, how abstract this comedy is. And I think this is actually really, this doesn't seem, I think they interpreted it as more just old fashioned kind of bad comedy or something. But I mean, to me, this is really progressive in how bizarre it is,
And it's new. It's kind of
No,
new
it's not
out.
new. It's not, it's
Okay.
from, I mean, I think that this guy's bit is from the 60s, but I think the clip is
Okay.
from the 70s. I don't know. We'll
Okay.
dig into it more.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, um, I mean, like I said, my dad turned me on him, so an older comedian. But
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll watch that. I think
Hmm.
we'll watch that clip and we'll see for yourselves. And we'll upload this directly to Patreon. So sorry to people who don't. Patreon doesn't play well for them, but it's just we just want to avoid any copyright claims and stuff. But it's just so annoying, the copyright thing. I got this whole issue going on. My Legacy Music Hour podcast, that YouTube
Yeah.
channel is at serious risk of getting completely terminated at this point. We've got 2 copyright strikes at this point, and I'm trying to talk to somebody at YouTube to hear our side of the story, but
On
just all
video
robots.
game tracks. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I know it's a nightmare.
Nintendo coming down on stuff right now, and
Yeah, that makes sense.
and but they're not even correct claims either. They're not even
Yeah.
correct. They're saying the entire video uses the track when okay, in this 1 26-minute video, it's only less than a minute that uses the music. And on top of that, it says the video claim. This should be an audio claim. It's not, but
Hmm.
there's no video, there's no visual being they're not giving us a chance to edit it out of the video either. That's the thing. They're just removing the video and then giving the copyright strike. We have 2 strikes, one more strike, and it's done. But
It's a mess. YouTube's a mess right now.
Yeah, everything's a mess.
Google's AI.
Nintendo's a mess right now.
Nintendo's a mess right now.
Anyway, I'm gonna put my headphones on. But thanks to
Okay.
Jack Birch for his help behind the scenes, and
Thank
today's
you.
episode in front of the scenes. And yeah, we'll see you in the extended, and we're going to talk comedy a bit. I think I'm going to show you 2 comedians that my dad turned me on to that I find to be more. At first you see them thinking, oh, these are kind of old fashioned styles, but then you kind of pay more attention and think these are actually there's some more. I don't know. I guess progressive sensibilities going on here. I mean progressive comedically is what I mean. So
Sounds
anyway,
good.
my name is Brent Weinbach. It's the Brent Weinbach podcast, and see you next week, or see you in a little bit in the extended episode, which you can see at patreon.com/poundcast. Bye bye.